What if I told you you could only use one lens for the rest of your life? Which one would you choose? For me, it'd be this one. And this one. Okay, so two lenses. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and as I mentioned in my last video, I have stripped down the amount of gear that I take with me to shoots. And that means only taking two lenses, which surprised a few of you, but let me explain why. So I own 6 lenses. Now I didn't go out and buy them all at once, they were pretty much bought on a project by project basis, and in doing so I've built up a small collection over the years. But I found myself last year coming back to just 2 lenses, and for the kind of work I've been doing, it's been awesome. So the lenses, here they are. The Sony 16-35mm G Master f2.8 and the Sony 85mm 1.8. So let's start with the 16-35. So this lens is by far my favourite lens and hands down the most expensive lens I've ever owned. Now I mostly do interview talking head style shoots where I use what I call natural focal lengths, and for that this lens is perfect. What I mean by that is if your lens is too wide, for example you're using a GoPro, it can distort the face and make your subject look really unflattering. Go to the other end of the spectrum where you're using focal lengths of like 100mm upwards, it makes the appearance of the subject look that little bit heavier. Not to mention you'll need to stand about 20 feet back and have an auto cue the size of a bus shelter just to get your frame right. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is you want to make the subject look the best they can, and in my opinion that's between the focal lengths of 16 and 85mm. So the 16-35mm fits really nicely in that range. I usually shoot at about 35mm, and if I'm short on space I can push it to 24mm, so if I need to I can get that little bit closer to the subject. So now onto this one, the 85mm. Now like I mentioned before, longer focal lengths can make a subject look a little bit more heavy set, especially if you go too long. I find the 85mm is just about the limit if you're shooting for like an interview style setup. What I would do instead though is instead of having it on my A cam, I'd put this on a second camera off to the side so that it gives you a nice crop in of the subject. It gives you a really nice look, like cutting between the two shots. So yeah, as focal lengths are concerned, I don't think you can get a much better combination than these two lenses. And with the f-stops being as small as they are, so this is f2.8 and f1.8, you get those really nice creamy backgrounds that look amazing on film, making it look super cinematic. So yeah, these are the only lenses I take with me now to projects, on shoots. Let me know in the comments what your go-to lenses are, and maybe you'll change my mind. Anyway, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.